everyone, and welcome to Stamp and Chat Live. I'm Gina from Gina K Designs, and it's great to see all of you coming in from all around the world. Tonight, we're going to have some fun because I'm going to be making a holiday card, and I wanted to break out that beautiful winter rose stencil again, but I thought it would be fun to show you how to use that large stencil with our postage grid and show you how you can divide it up, and it's going to be so pretty. I'm so excited for tonight. But before we get started, thank goodness the dead space isn't quite as dead tonight as it was last Tuesday night. He's here. Let's welcome him. Let's welcome Tom. Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Hey, all you stamping freaks.
How are you?
I'm better than horrible. Glad to be here.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
For the Crafter Dinner crowd.
Yeah, and it's so nice that you're here and I don't have that box of controls up here. I feel like I have so much more space.
You did so great, though. I mean, gosh, you really don't need me.
That's not true. That's not true. And they were missing the word of the day.
Push comes to shove, you do it yourself.
No. Well,
right?
If I don't have a choice.
Isn't that what you told your mom years ago?
Yes, I do it myself. Well, I have a present for you.
You do?
I do. I have a little gift for you tonight.
Whoa!
I got my hair done today, and
yay! Woo! Greatest gift I could imagine.
I know the gray was getting bad.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
But I always go to Rena's salon, and Rena had a client that went a little over today. So right next door to Rena's salon, there's a thrift store. And it's like the Salvation Army store or something. And so I thought, all right, I'll kill 15, 20 minutes in the thrift store. And I was walking around, and I love the bric-a-brac section, you know, where it just has all the little cute little home decor things and dishes and all of that. I love to just peruse that area. And out of the corner of my eye, I spotted this thing, and I thought it was perfect for you and perfect, an extra decoration for the dead space. You want to see what I got you?
Yes, ma'am.
I got you this.
Dad joke loading, please wait. Yes, baby.
Isn't that fun?
That is beautiful.
I love it. It's so cute. And it was just no cowboy book this time, no. But I thought this was so cute because, you know, Chuck made all those cute things for you, the dead space and better than horrible. And so many of your words of the day, every once in a while you throw in a dad joke. So I thought this would be really good.
Perfect.
So here, I'm going to walk over and I'm going to give it to you.
We will find a place for that
in
the dead space.
Here we go. Okay, well, now
yes.
We have something else that we have to do tonight.
Did you find the blender attachment that I was looking for?
No, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I did not.
Next time.
Next time. But I have to look something up here because I want to make sure I get it right. Okay, so I got the nicest email from a gentleman named Michael Copeland. And Michael reached out to me and told me that Francine Copeland, his wife, is an avid viewer of our show. And she and Michael watch together. And so I just wanted to say a special shout out to Francine and to Michael. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. I hope that you enjoy it when you watch it and that you watch together. That's kind of fun. I think, Tom, you're dragging in some of the husbands and some of the dads out there.
Dragging, kicking, and screaming?
Yeah, I think they tune in for your word of the day, to be honest. But Francine and Michael, thank you so much for watching, and we are so glad to know that you are out there and supporting Gina K Designs Stamp and Chat Live.
Francine and Michael,
yeah.
Thank you.
All right, so shall we get started on tonight's project?
Let's shall.
Okay, so this is the stencil set that I am going to be using. This is the Winter Rose stencil set that my beautiful daughter Alicia illustrated. I just love this one. It's a 4-piece stencil set. We did make some really pretty cards earlier in the month with this one, right after the release. But I thought it would be fun because we're really, all of us are really loving the postage stuff. And I thought it would be really fun to break out another panel with Master Layouts 14 and to do a rose with this and turn it into a Christmas card. There's something about that postage style stamp that I think makes such a pretty Christmas card, because for a lot of people it's, you know, it's just the time that we send cards. A lot of us only send cards at Christmas. So I thought it would be fun to do that tonight and get one more postage one in. And then I think I'm going to do some tags this month coming up. And, just a whole bunch of other things I have in store for you. So let's do that. Now, I've already cut out one of these dies. I'll show you the die that I'm using. That's this die right here. And you can see I didn't poke out my white dots because I already cut it out and just left them in there and shoved it back in. But here it is. It's our Postage Grid die that comes in Master Layouts 14. Now, it's also got some other really cool things in here. It's got some strips that will fit right across the panels here. They can be used as large greeting strips. And there's a stitched one and a shadow layer, and then a small stitched one and a shadow layer, and then this beautiful element that I've done a couple of cards using. And if you're looking for those, just search Gina K Designs Master Layouts 14, and those cards will come up on YouTube for you. So I'm going to use this again, and I am going to use the stencil again. So this, you can purchase this Postage Grid stencil that fits right over here and allows you to create a little bit of shading inside of the boxes. So, and I just want to do a shout out to Brianne Loveland. She is here again helping. Brianne, we love seeing you. And I'm going to be using your ink stands again tonight. And Brianne, it's one of our most requested items when customer service gets calls. What is the inkstand thing that Gina uses in her videos? So anytime you see me use it, you know, please feel free to share that link as well. Okay, so I'm going to tape this down. Now, what's kind of fun about this card is we don't have to worry too much about what's going to fit inside these boxes and which way we're going to orient this card. We don't have to worry about that because the whole card is going to be this floral image. Okay, I know Brianne's invention of the inkstand has just, it's been a game changer for us in the industry, right? So I'm going to pop this down here on top, and it's pretty easy to line up. The way I line it up, I don't look too much around the edges. I look in the centers here to see if these lines are looking straight and if the stitching looks even. And if I've got all that going on, then I know it's pretty even. It's not even right now. I just moved it. Okay, let's do that again. So for my card tonight, I thought I would go a little bit non-traditional. I usually love to see roses in red, but I thought tonight I would go with blue because blue, I do a lot of turquoise normally, but blues really, they don't get a lot of love from me normally, but during the holidays, I tend to really love the blues. And when I say blues, I mean, you know, I always love the turquoise colors, the sea glass, turquoise sea, tranquil teal. But I love this blue, this powder blue, and I seem to give it a lot more love during the holidays. And, you know, I mean, for those of you that have that ink pad, you know how beautiful that color is. So I thought I'd use it tonight. All right, so I've got my inkstand out here, and I am going to start with a little sea glass just to create the little boxes. Now, you can go in a fade from sea glass to powder blue. It's a beautiful combination, and I want the blues around the box to be just a little bit different than the blues of the flowers. So that's why I'm going with sea glass here, and I am going to have to clean off this brush because I used it with some darker turquoises and teals. So I want to get most of that off. And the way I do that is I usually just take my brush and I take a paper towel that's textured. And the texture really grabs the ink. Now, some people like to use a little bit of alcohol. And that's totally fine too. If you have a paper towel that has a little bit of alcohol, not saturated, and you just rub the brush over it, it really gets a lot of the ink off. And what I like about using alcohol versus water to clean the brushes is it dries almost instantly, and there's not really much of a chance that it's going to ruin the glue that holds the head into this casing. So if you're going to use anything to just really kind of clean off the surface of the bristles, alcohol would be a really good choice. Now I'm using some sea glass here, and I'm just going to go lightly around the perimeter of these boxes, just to add a little space between them. Just a little bit. Not a lot, because we are going to be using a lot of blue in here, but just a little something to kind of make them stand out from each other a little bit more. Because there will be some white space in here, and by kind of going around the perimeter, it does create a little space between the boxes, and it also kind of accents the boxes a little bit. So you can see I'm not going heavy. I want to touch in there after I just touched the stencil. Kind of going around the opposite way too, just to make sure I get all the edges. Now I could stencil inside the stencil, and that's okay to do, but I really like using Masking Magic because I feel like it really prevents any ink from bleeding. So I'm going to be doing that tonight. So let's pull this off, and you can see that just gives that nice that space between the different boxes. And when I turn it this way, you can see it a little bit better out of the light. But it's still very, very mild, very light. And now I'm going to block off these areas using some Masking Magic strips. And the strips I'm going to use are the 1/4 inch ones. These come in all 3 sizes, the Masking Magic strips. And what's nice about that is you can use them for different things. If you want to see videos that I've done with Masking Magic strips, just go to my channel and in the search bar, type Gina K Masking Magic strips, and you will find a plethora of videos because I use them all the time for all different kinds of purposes. But they're really great for blocking off these little postage squares. And of course, if you wanted to, you could just start with the Masking Magic strips and not worry about using the stencil at all. If you prefer that, that would work as well. So that's another option. I like using the Masking Magic strips too because it holds everything down and in place underneath, so the cardstock isn't going to move at all. But of course, if you're using some sort of sticky mat, that works too. Okay, so you can see I'm blocking these off. I'm going to just break this one. And they tear nice and easily. You don't need to cut them with scissors, which I love. Got to actually hold that into place. Let's see if I can line this up. Sorry if my head's in the way, but my roots are done, so it's okay. Thanks to Rena for squeezing me in today. I never get my hair done on a day that I'm going live because, I don't know, you know how you like to do your own hair, but she did it so cute. So I can't complain. She does a really good job. All right. You guys are going to be excited. You're going to see Rena on my on the channel next month. She's coming on. We were talking about it today. We have some really cute ideas for you for some holiday gifts. So I think it'll be fun. Nothing's like a handmade holiday gift. They're so fun. And we're going to show you some really good ideas too. Okay, so I am going to go around the perimeter as well.
When is the next release?
The next release, we are hoping for, oh gosh, I hate to commit to this, but I got to look at the calendar too. I think November 18th is the next release, I think.
It's not etched in stone, though.
No, it's not. I think that's the next release. Oh wait, that would be That would be the wrong day. That's a Monday. November 19th, I think. Yeah, I think November 19th. We have so many cute things coming. And some really cool things coming too. So if you want to start a Christmas list, that's the night to do it. Okay. So it doesn't matter which way I do it. I think I'll do it this way with the two big boxes at the top, but it really doesn't matter. It's not going to make much of a difference at all. So I'm going to look at where these leaves go because I want to see. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I'm going to get that leaf to go up against this right here. I think that will work pretty well. And then I think I'll do another flower up here, and then a little bit of a flower down here, and just maybe a little greenery. So now that I have that space in mind, I'm going to put this flower right here, like that. Okay, now I want to make sure that it says Winter Rose down here at the bottom, and this way I know which way my stencils all will be facing. And I am going to just tape that down, but I'm not taping over the Masking Magic. Now we're going to start with our lighter color, which is the powder blue. And let me get a brush. Now I've got some dark blue on here from the last time I did some blue flowers. So I want to get some of that off as well. Now for those of you that are really aggressive with your blending brushes, some of you have actually told me that you have one for every color ink pad. That's pretty cool, actually. But if you don't want one for every ink pad, you don't have the storage or you don't have the budget, I recommend getting one for every color family. So I keep my blue blending brush separate from my turquoise blending brush. And I just clean them the way you just saw me clean that one in between color changes.
More release questions.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a kit, and is it Christmas themed?
It is not Christmas themed. And yes, there's going to be a kit. I feel like we've had 2 Christmas releases already. Probably most of you are a little bit Christmased out when it comes to Christmas purchasing and things like that. So my thought is, when we get to November, we're ready to start making cards for the next season, and we're making cards that we can give as gifts. And we wouldn't give Christmas cards as gifts. We would give all occasion cards as gifts so that people can use them throughout the year. So, okay, so I'm starting with this layer 1 with powder blue. Get this on here. You really want to make sure that you get color into all the areas, because you don't want to go too light on the edges because you need to see some color in that box. But if you want to go a little darker more in the center, you can do that and deepen that up in the center a little bit. All right. Now we're going to take this one stencil at a time rather than, moving this and doing the other blue flower, because we have to see where the leaves are going to go first. Okay. So now we're going to go to layer 2. And we're going to lay that right on top. It's very easy to line up. All you have to do is line that little oval up with here and then just turn it until all the white disappears.
Question. So Lynn wants to know, can you mix brushes between all inks, including oxides?
I would not. Oxide inks are a different formula. They're more pigmenty. And if you get oxide ink on your dye ink, it's going to change it. So if you have dye inks from company to company, it may be okay. I know our ink, when we formulated our ink with our manufacturer, we had a smoothing agent put in it, which makes it smooth out, but it's a little different. It's water reactive, but a little less water reactive than some dye inks because of the smoothing agent. So, I would say if you're using dye inks, for example, let's say you're using Hero Arts dye ink, and you're using Gina K dye ink, you can use the same blending brushes. But if you're using Hero Arts reactive, water reactive inks, or their, because that's more like an oxide ink, or you're using Tim's oxide inks, I would say get a separate set of brushes for that. If you're using pigment ink, definitely get a separate set of brushes. If you're using Altenews hybrid ink, get a separate set of brushes for those, because you don't want to mix hybrid and dye ink ever. And you don't, so you do want to be a little bit careful about that. Now, some people will come on and you'll see in the comments, I mix all my brushes, no big deal. And it may not be a big deal for them the way they create. It might work just fine for them. But if you mix, you know, a solvent-based ink with a water-based ink, and then you stamp that water-based ink to use with Copic markers, and you've got solvent ink in there, it's going to smear. So there are reasons why you should at least only stick with dye-based or water reactive or solvent or pigment. Okay, so now I'm going to blue denim. I know that was a longer answer than maybe you needed, but hopefully it helped somebody. And I'm going to add this second layer in here. It's going to be beautiful and deep. Love the blue denim. Okay. Alrighty. So let me pick this up. You know, I always polish my nails like 15 minutes before I go live. And I'm always surprised that they don't like smear or dent. Oh, there we go. That's so pretty, isn't it? All right, I'm going to put this aside. I'm not cleaning these really because I don't think it's going to be that necessary. Now, we have to pick some greens. Now, last time we did this color combination, we used the spruces. But I'm wondering this time, should we use something a little more vibrant like jelly bean, get some brightness in there, and fresh asparagus, just to kind of get that pop of bright. Okay. Jackie, using Dawn dishwashing detergent, you can do that. It does take a while to get dish detergent out of the blending brush. It's very sudsy. If you're going to use some sort of soap, I would recommend a real low sudsing soap, kind of like a Johnson's Baby shampoo, just because that's a real low suds, and you know, it might be easier to get it all out. Because what I personally have found is that if I don't get every bit of soap out of my blending brush, the bristles get a little crunchy. So I've never washed my blending brushes. I just don't wash them. I just rub the ink off and get on with my day. I don't really wash them. And I don't think it's necessary to wash them. But if you want to wash them, use a low sudsing shampoo. Okay, so now I'm going to be using Jelly Bean Green. Okay. And see, I did go over that a little bit because I didn't line it up perfectly. See how it's getting into that box up there? Maybe you could see it better here. It's getting into that box. I don't want it to go into that box because I want to bring my my blue flower down there a little bit more. And that's it's like almost not enough, you know? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tape that off. Just going to tape it off right there. I can actually come down a little further. And then it won't get in there. So I just put a little piece of Masking Magic on there. And now we're going to go in with the Jelly Bean. Now, if you are a messy inker, and I almost am here. Let's just see if I messed it up. Okay, so I got a tiny little bit of shading up there. Let's go with a piece of the 1/2" Masking Magic strips. Same pack, and I'm just going to protect that area. I didn't think of that, but I'm glad I thought of it before I really messed it up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. This is going to be pretty cool. I'm excited about this card. And we got to get down in here. And there's a little bit over here. And that's fine if we get in there. That's all right. Now, I think I'm going to add a little extra shading in here. So I'm going to get a smaller blending brush, not a detail brush, but a smaller blending brush. And I'm going to use a little bit of grass green because you know how we have those trios? Well, this is a great trio. Jelly bean green, grass green, and then fresh asparagus. So grass green would be like the medium green of the three. And I am going to get a little blending brush here. This is our small blending brush. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of shading kind of along the edge and down near the bottom. Because there's not much to the leaves here, so a little bit of shading would actually be kind of nice. We can do a little bit in here. Kind of makes them glow a little more in the center. We can get darker down here too.
Marilyn's asking when the blue denim ink pad will be back in stock. Pretty soon, right?
Pretty soon, yeah, because I heard through the grapevine, and you're the grapevine, Tom, so I'm going on what you told me, that we may have gotten a big shipment of ink.
I think that's true.
All right. But, you know, we have a pretty small warehouse, so we have 2 people that work in our warehouse, and so, you know, they've got everything to count in, and they have to check it all and make sure what's on the invoice actually came. And a lot of times with our ink, they come in stages. So we'll get a batch, and then a couple days later, we'll get another batch. And I know they like to make sure we have everything that we are getting in before they put them online. So it's not frustrating for people, you know, especially people that are waiting for colors, and then you get a notice that blue denim is back in stock and you're waiting for blue denim and turquoise sea, and then 2 days later you get a notice turquoise sea is back in stock. You know, that's frustrating. So we try to wait till everything's in. So now I'm using fresh asparagus and one of our detail blending brushes. And I'm going to add these details in here with this real dark green.
We're not doing any kind of bundle for ink pads right now, are we?
No, we don't have a bundle for ink pads. All right. We have ink cubes in sets, but our ink pads, we have no bundles. Mostly because it's so frustrating for everybody, because the minute, you know, we're always missing one. Like one didn't come in or one is back ordered. And okay, so now we've got that going. That's so nice, isn't it? Now we're going to bring in the blue flower again. So we've got the winter rose here, this large one. We can see where it can fit. We can turn it any way that we want to get more of it in there. So I think I'll turn it this way. That's going to give me a lot of surface area. And I just want to take note that the writing is here. This way, you know, I know how to turn all the stencils to make them work. And welcome, everybody. It is great to see all of you coming in. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Tom is back. He is in the dead space. So glad to have him here. It's much more enjoyable when you're here, Tom. It was very lonely. I was here all by myself. I didn't like that. Just because I can push the buttons doesn't mean I want to push the buttons, you know?
Hey, are we doing a live next Tuesday, election night?
You know, we're thinking about it. We're thinking about it because I've had so many people email saying, can you not go live next Tuesday night? Can you maybe switch it or do it at a different time or go earlier? So we might actually go earlier. We might go live a little bit earlier because I don't know. Maybe we'll do a Crafternoon live on next Tuesday. What do you guys want us to do? I know it's going to be like mixed all over the place. Some of you are going to be like, I want to forget the election. I don't want to think about it. And of course, we have all of our lovely international folks that, you know, it's not their election and they want to stamp. So I'm using powder blue now on this big one. But then I have other people that are saying, yeah, but, you know, it's an important night and we really want to watch and see what's going on. And I get that. I get that. So maybe we will change the time. But I'll give you plenty of notice, okay? Okay. Oh, Kathy Z and Jennifer are here. Hey, ladies. Welcome. Okay. I just happened to look up and see their names. If you know, I know a lot of people come in and out, and sometimes I miss, and I never mean to be rude to anybody. So if I missed saying hello to one of my industry friends who so graciously stopped in, I apologize. Okay, so now we're going with layer 2, and I remembered that my name thing was on the side here, and we're going to go into the blue denim. I don't think anybody's answering that question about next Tuesday. Are they, Tom? Oh, no, that's in the navy. I picked the wrong one. I got to clean that brush. I don't want in the navy. I don't know why in the navy's even here. Oh, I know why in the navy's here. Because I think I'm going to be brave tonight, and I am going to stamp my greeting and use navy instead of black. I know. It's a shocker, but I think I'm going to do it. So this has to be blue denim. Blue denim, blue denim. All right. Blue denim. And we'll see what that looks like. Oh, that's going to be pretty. Now let's do another rose over here. Just a little bit, but we need the other rose. Let's see. So I got to find the bottom. Here's the bottom. I want to do it opposite.
Oh, did you tape over something that you shouldn't have?
Did I tape over something that I shouldn't have?
Somebody said
yeah, I
remove the
did.
tape.
I did.
I didn't see those comments.
Gosh, they were telling me and you didn't see the comments?
No, it jumped.
Okay, yeah, look at that. All right, let's see if we can fix it, okay? We're going to be really brave. I'm not going to freak out. We're going to be really brave and see if we can fix it. Thank you, my friends, for noticing that. I think we got a shot here. I think we got a shot. This is going to be cool. If this works, I want an award. And the award is dumbest crafter for not catching it the first time. That's the award I want. All right, let's see what we can do. I got to clean the blue denim off the brush again. Oh, my word. Okay. All right, I see the cheering on. I can fix it. I know I can. I think it's going to work. Remember, we have a smoothing agent, right? We have a smoothing agent. It should work. All right, let's see if it'll work. So here is the powder blue. I'm going all over it again, too. Okay, there's the powder blue. And now it's going to work. I think it's going to work. Oh my goodness. Okay. I know it doesn't seem like it's going to work, but I think it is. And thank you, because oh, how disappointing would that be to like, let's do the peel and reveal, and then it's that. Okay, I have blue denim again. Here we go. It's going to work. Here we go. Everybody's holding their breath with me. We're not giving up. We're just going to darken it up a little bit. I think it's going to work. Okay, let's pull this off. I think it'll be fine. The only thing I think I want to do here is I want to get a little bit of blue denim down in there. You see where that weird thing is right there? Just on the top there. I want to get a tiny bit of blue denim down in there to fill that in like that. Yeah, I feel like that looks a little bit better. Okay. All right, we did it. Now, I'm wondering, is 2 flowers going to be enough, and should we add some leaves in here instead? Or should we just do a little bit more blue down here? I think we could do a little more blue. So I'm going to turn it upside down and just add a tiny bit of blue right in here. I think that's going to be a good spot for it. I got to remember my words are up here. Yeah, don't throw in the towel. Most things are savable. Or it's a place to embellish, right? I could have maybe cut it off and put a greeting there. That would have been weird, but you know. We do our best. All right, I cleaned the brush a little bit. We're going to go with powder blue over here. A little bit in here. And there's no masking down here, right? Right. Let's get enough of that. And then, because I always like flowers in 3s, and even this isn't exactly a 3. Where did that go? That was like this. So I got to see, that's going to be this way. Okay, I just want to match up the words on the bottom so I know where to sneak this in. There we go. There it is. Okay, and now we're going to go to blue denim again. Yeah, the illusion of 3, right. It's kind of like 3s. Odd numbers look good. They just look good together. So we're doing our blue denim now. I can't wait to peel and reveal this thing. Okay. Now, I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm just going to add a little leaf right here. Just a little leaf right there. So I'm going to back to Jelly Bean. I know, this is like, why not just add a little more stress? Got to be careful though right here. So I am going to block that off with another piece of Masking Magic right there. And then I'm just going to hold my hand here and add a little bit of Jelly Bean. Okay. Holding my hand here still because I'm too lazy to tape it down. Thank God I have the inkstand. And I'm going to add that little bit of shading in here with the grass green. And then I'm going to add one little vein from the last layer. And it doesn't even matter which one. Like, just pick one, because you're not even going to see where it's coming from. So I'm not even lining that up. I'm just picking a vein, and I'm using the fresh asparagus right in here. There we go. Okay, so that's looking good. Now we get to peel and reveal. Everybody's holding their breath. I know, I'm holding my breath too. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to look really good. And it looks like such a hot mess until you start peeling off the Masking Magic. So hopefully this is going to look good. I feel like it might look a little boxy right there. So maybe I should go back in with that powder blue again. Maybe I'll go back in with the powder blue and just right in there, but I won't clean the brush because it has a little blue denim on it. And so maybe we can darken that up a little bit in there.
Wow.
We'll see. It may not be too bad. Let's see what happens. Okay, so peel this off. I love peeling Masking Magic. Okay, we're getting everything off from around the edges. And now the fun part. Oh my gosh. Right? Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? That's so fun. It just makes such a difference when you pull that Masking Magic off. And even my mistake a little bit, I'm going to pretend I don't see it. Because it's slightly there, but it's better than horrible. And again, that is the standard around here, right? Okay, so let's wiggle this off just so that we can get all of the, you know, we'll turn this over so it really looks nice. There we go. Looks so much better like that, huh? And we could do it like this. We could do it this way. If you like the roses more at the top, you know, any way looks good. But I kind of like that little bit of green up there. Okay. So now we are going to do a little bit of stamping. So I do want to add a couple little holiday elements. I'm going to add just like Christmas wishes in here. Or, you know what I could do? I think I'm going to get this set here. This is the Spring Friends stamp set. And this has like First Class and Forever. And I think I'm going to use those so it just looks more like stamps. Instead of doing the Christmas things, that it just looks a little bit more like stamps. All right. So I'm going to get an acrylic block. I know. This is too much bravery for one night. Let me find my little block. Where? Oh, here it is. This block I'm going to use. And then I'm going to use my tiny block. Hey, you guys, if you're in the market for blocks, I just have to say, because I know a lot of people are starting Christmas lists now, our comfort blocks are super cool because they are beveled and they're super comfortable. They really are. Like there's no rough edges to dig into your skin. So even if you just want a couple small ones for this kind of detail work, check them out. They're good. And if you have like almost $75 and you need one little thing to add, you know, grab an acrylic block and start your collection, because these comfort blocks, once you try them, you're not going to want to use your other blocks. And this bevel here helps you grip onto it so it doesn't slip. They are really comfortable. So, all right. We're going to use black Onyx. And this is the small comfort block. This measures, I think it's the 1.5 by 1.5 inch square block. Okay, so I'm going to just do a couple things, like I'm going to put First Class and I'm going to put Forever in there. So let's do First Class first. And maybe I will use Christmas wishes. We'll see. But whenever I use a strip sentiment, I've told you this before, but we always have some new people watching. So whenever I do any kind of little strip sentiment, I always just lay it down so that you could read the greeting and the back, the flat part is facing up, and then I pick it up with the block. And the reason why I do that is because, first of all, I can get it straight on the block. But second of all, sometimes those skinny strips, if you try to place them on the block, you don't get them on there perfectly straight.
You got a few requests to do navy for the words?
Well, I'm going to do navy for the greeting, and I'm going to do navy for the cardstock, but I'm going to do black for these little bits here because I don't think navy is going to show up as well as I'd like it to if it overlaps anywhere on the blue denim. It's just a hair not dark enough. So let me get a little piece of cardstock here. I always test these first just to make sure they're stamping right. Okay, so you know how some are like on the side like that? Let's do that. Let's do one on the side. We'll do first class on the side. All right, so we'll do first class right here. There we go. So that's kind of cool. All right, that's one. But I mean, you know, again, I always hate to say no because I know people want to see it, but maybe try it on a card that you're making. And if it turned out really good, you know, if you're using Gina K products, make sure you share it in our Gina K group because I love to see what you guys do. And I mean, totally prove me wrong. I would love to see it. I really would. And I mean that sincerely. Okay, so we're going to do one more of these. I think I'll put this down here forever. And then I'm going to use Christmas wishes right in here. So let's check this forever. That looks good. So we'll do forever down here. There we go. See, it's almost hard to see it in black, which is good because I stamped it a little crooked. And then let's put a few little postage markings like 50 cents and 10 cents. Let's fill in a couple little spots. So we'll do 50 cents. Okay. There we go, 50 cents there. I was going to do Christmas wishes there, but I've since changed my mind. These cards evolve, you know. And then we'll do a 10 cents. It's okay, we can change our minds. I like to get a little something on each one somewhere. See, you can almost not see it, but you can in real life. It does look, and I'll always take high quality pictures and share these later.
Can you still get these postage stamps? I don't know. I'm assuming they mean the die?
The die's available. The stamp set is available. I don't know if Spring Friends may have sold out on the last postage card or not, but there's also this set, which is postcards and more. And it's got lots of different options. It's got a different font that says forever. It's got priority. Priority would have been cool too. It's got like a cancellation stamp, so you could like stamp the cancellation over it. It's got 30 cents, 5 cents, 60 cents. Handmade, which is kind of a fun little one to put on there. So this is another option for you. I know, I never get tired of it either, Jennifer. Jennifer said she never gets tired of postage cards. I never do either. They're fun. They're just fun. All right, we'll do 5 cents over here. I'm just taking my good old time tonight. And then we could do one more. I think there's a 2 cents. We'll do that down here. That's a small stamp. That's probably worth 2 cents. We'll do that. I'll put that one up here in this corner just to really mix them up a little bit. All right. So now we've got them. You know, we could put one down here too, like with the first class. We could put one little one down here. Let's see what we could use. Let's do the 50 cents down there too, because you can have more than one. And I'm going to put my greeting like right in here. Okay, we're going to put 50 cents right here. There we go. Okay. I feel like it looks good. It looks like postage now, the way I wanted it to. Well, Catherine, the reason I didn't put Catherine asked about putting the postage stencil on top of putting the postage grid stencil down and then putting the other stencil on top. The reason I didn't do that is because sometimes, this stencil our stencils are a nice thick quality. So now you've got this up high, and then you put another stencil on top of that, and sometimes the ink will bleed underneath the stencil. Not always, but if you really want to get close, occasionally it will bleed. So I really like using the Masking Magic for that because it just adds that little extra protection that I'm looking for. But Mindy Egan did a video where she actually did it that way, and it looked great. I just have struggled a little bit with it, so I'm doing it this way. But you could certainly try it. All right, I'm going to get these inks out of the way because I just need my navy ink. So here we go, in the navy. Now, you could use polyglaze for this and do some sparkle on this if you wanted to, but I think we're going to stamp it. I'm going to use the stamps from, let me find the set here. It is the Holiday Floral Stamp and Die Collection. And I think I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas to you and yours. And I'm going to do that in navy. So I will use this piece here. There we go. Yeah, we do need a word of the day, Tom. So while I stamp and die cut this might be a great time for you to come in and do the word of the day. What do you think?
Time for the word of the day. Okay, so
do you have one?
I don't know
ask.
how many places, but it has been so many places we've lived throughout our
almost 40 years.
Right. Many, many, many years that we lived and we did not have cable television.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
I mean, so many places we've stayed going way back. Some vacation places didn't have cable and they would have an antenna.
Yep.
And it's strange how many times if I walked up to the antenna and played with it, watching a football game or something really important.
Yep.
And the only thing that worked was for me to stand there with pizza in hand, touching the antenna, and it would work.
Yeah.
So I spent, at least a quarter of the game doing that once. And that, of course, word of the day is a man-tenna.
That's great.
It's just no other way sometimes. Word of the day, the man-tenna, the game-saving man-tenna.
That's funny.
To the dead space.
I had to stamp this again. I got a goober on it. That's a good one. Remember when there was actually stuff that you could watch on television where you didn't need cable? Now it's like there's 2 game shows and I don't know what else. Gunsmoke. That's all I ever see. I just got to clean this.
Are you making fun of Gunsmoke?
No, I'm not. I'm not making fun of Gunsmoke. A little bit of fun of Gunsmoke. It's not my favorite. It wasn't my favorite 40 years ago. And it's not my favorite now. Some people like Gunsmoke, though. I think when your mom visited one time, she was watching Gunsmoke. Like she was like, you know how like we binge on like podcasts and like crime series and stuff. So many people in the crafting industry just love those those kinds of shows. And I think she was binging on Gunsmoke.
My mom was singing songs last time I visited. And I play guitar, so, if I have a guitar around, I'll just start playing songs, and I know some old songs. And she knew the words, all the words.
Really?
Of any song I would play.
That's amazing.
And I said, how do you do that? I mean, she's, 87 now?
Yeah.
And she just said, well, when I was a kid, that's all I did was listen to these songs over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
That is cool. Wow. I can't remember what I had for breakfast. It's not good. All right, I'm doing one of these at a time because I want to make sure I cut it well. The postage die, Valerie, is in Master Layouts 14, yes. And a whole bunch of other dies that are really fun. All right, so we cut this out. There we go. There's our Merry Christmas die. It's cut sentiment. Now, am I gonna clean that? Nope. Put it right back on there like I always do, and then complain about doing it next time. All right, and then to you and yours, we're gonna cut that out. I could have cut them out together. Alrighty, there we go. Let's do it. And now we're going to assemble this card, and we'll be done. And we won't go over too much tonight. So that's pretty good. That was a nice cut. Cut so nice and evenly. To you and yours. And there's also a and a Happy New Year. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year is an option in this set as well, which is nice. I like that. Our blues do stain your stamps a little bit, but that's okay. A stain stamp is a loved stamp. Okay, now I'm going to hand cut a piece of navy cardstock. Here's a piece of In the Navy, and I'm going to hand cut this. I could use Master Layouts 2 for this, but I'll hand cut it right now. 3 1/2. We're going to go to 3 5/8. And then 4 3/4 up to the next little tick mark, 4 7/8. And that should fit. So let's see what we've got here. We've got all of our pieces. And instead of black, we're doing the navy. It's a great alternative to black, isn't it? I actually won't feel too bad about this. Okay. I like my black cardstock and my black accents.
Black scents.
Yes. And then I'm going to do a white card base for this because I think that's really going to make those blues stand out. I can zoom in a little bit too. There we go. Alrighty. It would also look really pretty on powder blue. If you want to see how that would look, I'd love to show you, but I'm out of powder blue. Huh. Alright, well, gotta put powder blue on my list. Now, if this was daytime, Warehouse Steve would be outside the door already with powder blue. Because that's how he rolls.
I'll get you powder blue if you want powder blue.
I think white looks great. I think white really allows the blues to shine. And then we're going to do the Merry Christmas right here. And I'm going to pop it up just to give some separation. A little bit of separation. Okay, there's my nobody's going to see the back. It's all right. Okay. Here we go. This was really, I think, one of my favorite stamp and die sets from our last kit. Oh, I love this one. I am so glad to have this one in our collection. I was just looking at this card. Again, the faux line coloring card with this die, with this stamp from this collection, this Holiday Floral, and I'm still loving that faux line coloring look. It still looks good to me. Love it. I actually auctioned that card off, and I'm going to be sending that off to somebody, which is fun. Glad I didn't just get an inky fingerprint on it. Oh my gosh. Just stop touching things. Okay. So we're going to get that right here.
Irene wants to know, what 2 ink colors would you recommend to go with the navy for a light, mid, dark?
For a what?
Light, mid, dark combination?
I'd go powder blue, blue denim, and in the navy for a light, mid, dark. In the navy is definitely the right dark blue. As you can see, it's, you know, certainly darker than the blue denim, so it would make great accents. Okay, we're going to put that there. Merry Christmas. And then we're going to do To You and Yours right under it. Yeah, that's a great blue combination for light, mid, and dark. And then, I don't know if you guys saw, but on our blog, on the website, if you go to the website and you click the word blog, you'll see charts and you'll see templates. And I have a chart that shows you light, medium, and dark combinations using our regular line of colors. So if you're looking for those perfect colors that work great together, you'll find them there. Now, I think that card is done, except I do want to add just a tiny bit of bling. So I am going to add some silver little babies to this. You don't have the postage yet? Oh, you gotta try it. I think you'd like it. It is really fun. And we have so many stamp sets that go with the postage. Like the, just as an example, this was one of the cards that I had shown. In the last, I don't know, 4 kits or so, we've done elements for all different occasions that work so nicely in the boxes. So if you like a little bit of coloring with colored pencils and Gamsol or Copic markers, you can make these kinds of cards. But you can also, you know, do something really simple like this card, where you don't have to worry about fitting things in. We'll do a bling here. We'll do a bling over here. Let me get those put in place first. I gotta flip some of these over. Oh, I'm telling you, these little pearls, they really are like turtles when they get on their back. There we go. Gotta have a little, and I like silver with blue. I love gold with red. So when we did the red flowers, I love accenting with, here's one. That one's giving me a hard time too. We'll put one down there. And let's see. I'll clean up that glue that just got around the outside. Let's do one more right up in here. We don't need a lot, just a little something that will shimmer. Let's do one up here. And let's do one right here. There we go. Should we do a bigger one since I don't have any small ones over here? Do a medium-sized one. And I did take your advice, everybody, and I placed the order for the small pearls. So I contacted the manufacturer, and they're going to do a gold, silver, and black small one mix for us, and then also our big mix, our regular mix, because I still use the big ones for the centers of flowers and all kinds of things like that. So there we go. Got a little bit of sparkle on there. And there is a fun and easy holiday card. Very simple card to make. And, you know, you can see how you can just transform any flower, really, into a beautiful holiday card. But the roses, the winter roses, I don't know. I think roses always feel very Christmassy to me. I love, even in this card here, I love the mix of the poinsettia and the roses together. I think that roses always make a beautiful addition to any holiday card. So a Christmas rose, a winter rose like this is just a great way to use this stencil. Okay, so Tom, let's give away a gift card.
All right.
All right.
Gift card. Today, let's do, drum roll, please.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I think I may have done it. I don't know. I couldn't hear it.
And the winner is Angie Angela.
Yay,
Angie Angela.
Congratulations. All you have to do is send your name and email address to info@ginakdesigns.com, and we will get that $15 gift card out to you. You can use it whenever you want because they don't expire. Well, everybody, this was so much fun tonight. I want to thank you all so much for joining us. We had a great time with you. Tom and I will be back on Thursday with another Crafternoon Live. We go live at noon Central Time. A big thank you to Brianne for helping everybody find the things that they want. If you missed any of her links and you'd like to see more things, maybe you saw something you liked here, or maybe you want to just peruse, you can visit our website at ginakdesigns.com. You'll find everything there that I used tonight and a whole lot more. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group, we would sure love to have you. It's called Gina K Designs and Stamp TV Friends. You can put that in your search bar on Facebook, and it comes up. It's a private group. You have a few questions to answer to get in, and then we would love to have you be part of our 47,000 member strong community. And if you like this video, and I sure hope you have, if you wouldn't mind giving it a thumbs up, it really does help our channel. And if you don't want to miss any more videos, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. So anytime we go live or anytime I post a new video, you'll get a notification and you can come and join us. All right, everybody. Well, we'll be back on Thursday with another Crafternoon Live. And until then, stay safe and healthy. We love you all so very much. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.